Garden State TLE. Garden State TLE. Garden State TLE. Garden State.
All right, here we go. Michael DeBlis, the pride of Essex County. True?
Yes.
Criminal trial attorney from the Public Defender's Office in Monmouth County, right?
Yes.
Generally speaking, when the service is involved in an investigation of an individual, what is the triggering point or the tipping point, that's the word I'm looking for, where they decide they're going to go to the U.S. Attorney with the case as opposed to just handling it internally with civil penalties? What's been your experience in that?
In every tax crime, the government has to prove that the taxpayer willfully violated the obligation to file taxes. And essentially, it's, willfulness is a state of mind. It's not something where you can open up a person's head and, look inside. So what the IRS does when they examine these and conduct audits and examinations is they look for what's called badges of fraud. And if those badges of fraud are blatantly obvious, then a referral would be made to the criminal investigation. They are basically the enforcement arm of the IRS.
So could you conceivably be guilty of some type of tax crime on an income tax level by being just merely reckless or negligent?
No.
All right. So it's got to be more than that.
Absolutely.
You've got to demonstrate some type of intention to evade coupled with some type of action. Would that be a good definition of it?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
Now, listen. There's plenty of that out there, okay? We'll never run out of people doing that kind of stuff, and I'm sure that kind of stuff gets uncovered constantly. At what point, though, does it become worthwhile to have it go to Washington and have them look at it?
It's a multitude of factors. However, the ones that are most important in the calculus is the pattern. For example, if there's a one-year period in which the taxpayer underreported their income, the IRS isn't going to take as big of an interest in that as if they see a 4, 5, 6, or 7-year pattern of underreporting, and if they have sufficient badges of fraud to confirm that.
How about this one, failure to file cases? Yes. How many years do you have to go before you're starting to look at criminal liability?
Not many. Not many. Failure to file is a no-no. And the theory being is that the IRS says, look, you might not be able to pay the taxes, but that doesn't give you an excuse not to file your return. You still have to file the return, and there's all sorts of due process when it comes to collecting the money. So the taxpayer shouldn't think because he or she doesn't have the money right now to pay the tax that is somehow an excuse. Or some way a way to get out from under filing. You have to still report, and so to that extent, the government does take a very strong position against non-filers.
Offshore bank, lots of trips to Cayman Islands and things like that. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a red flag right there. It's not. I should preface that by saying it's not against the law to have an offshore foreign bank account. Mm-hmm. A lot of people think, oh my God, I can't have an offshore foreign bank account. You can, but you got to report it, and you report it on what's called an FBAR. It's a fancy way of saying it's a foreign bank account report. The problem that most taxpayers run into is that they move or they relocate overseas, and they forget or they are ignorant of the fact that they have to continue to report their worldwide income, because as U.S. taxpayers, we have to report our income, our worldwide income, not just the income that we earn in the United States. And the fact that we're no longer living in the United States doesn't excuse us from reporting our income.
Got it.